Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight.
Yes, people, welcome back to Let's Talk Premier League. And as you can see, breaking news, Jadon Sancho is now officially a Manchester United player, pending a medical. Fabrizio Romano has tweeted saying, Jadon Sancho to Manchester United, here we go, done deal confirmed. Agreement reached between Manchester United and Borussia Dortmund. It's 90 million euros with add-ons, agent fees, personal terms agreed, and he has signed a 5-year deal with Manchester United. And there you go. It was always going to be released on a day where there was no football. It was always going to be released on a day where there was nothing for anyone to think about. It was always going to be released on a day where everyone would be 100% focused on Jadon Sancho to United. Let's go to some of your comments. Mustafa says, let's go. Kenny is saying, fucking finally. It has been the longest saga I've ever seen in football in terms of transfers anyway. Big up to Aiden. Kenny is ecstatic. Perry's clapping his hands. Sancho is indeed. Jadon Sancho has arrived. Yep, some more comments there. Finally, the saga is done. Nala's stuck to his word, but it's not about me. It's not about me. I'm going to put the link into the chat. I'm going to let you lot come on, have your say. I was playing Football Manager. I'd just done what I needed to do. I'd just eaten dinner. And then suddenly Romano starts tweeting. I'm like, oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Ornstein saying Manchester United and Borussia Dortmund have a total agreement on the transfer of Jadon Sancho to Old Trafford in an 85 million deal. 21-year-old winger has a green light to finalise personal terms and undergo a medical before completing the move. A mad amount of time has been spent on getting Jadon Sancho to the theatre of dreams. Lanzi says took long enough. After the Euros, Jack Grealish to City is done. Well, we've got one of them done, but I have got Kenny with me. Kenny, how are we doing?
Yes! Come on! Yes! Yes, in! I'm doing very good, thank you. How are you doing?
Annoyed because I was gonna I was gonna you know, play a bit of Football Manager, but you know, I'm coming on, but don't let me on yet. I will have the mic and cam off. I will stay in private chat when I'm ready. Not a problem. Sancho fab with that beautiful tap in. 90 million for Saka's backup. Not quite. See, the thing with Southgate is I don't think he actually knows what German league is. He's never been to Dortmund. He's never watched Dortmund. He probably doesn't even know who Jadon Sancho is. But now he's with Manchester United. Maybe he will be known. Maybe Gareth Southgate might remember who he is. Brandon says, Man U still not winning the league. Well, obviously it's going to take a few more. signings than that. But Tom, Jadon Sancho, it was always going to be done this summer, wasn't it? And the 30th of June 2021 is officially the day that Jadon Sancho becomes a United player. Ironically, most contracts run up until the 1st of July, so it's almost like perfect timing.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty
But
much perfect timing.
it is when obviously I play Football Manager. Most of my players are up until 2021 or whenever. Jay says finally, thank God. Yes, obviously finally, Jadon Sancho, a Manchester United player. Tom, about these add-ons, do you know anything about the add-ons? Because I haven't a Scooby frickin' do.
It's £73 million up front, and then it's £9 million in add-ons. Which
Nice. That's actually a fucking remarkable deal.
Yeah,
do we not?
82 million they'll pay properly, but when you convert it, it converts to €90 million.
Yeah. Do we know what sort of add-ons these are? Are they based financials? Are they based on player performance, team performance?
Because mainly
they're financial. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why am I not surprised? Dortmund don't trust United to do anything successfully. I mean, you could chuck player add-ons. I think Sancho will do well, but I wouldn't bank on Manchester United to quite get anything competitively done. Ross says now they just need a centre back, a DM, and a striker under the age of 40. Ross, how much do you know about football? Because the striker under 40 is Mason Greenwood, so he will now naturally move up front, where he's played most of his career, like most of his young career, he played up front. So he can move naturally up front now. So that's sorted there. Diallo will become understudy to Jadon Sancho if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer remembers his name. Centre back Varane looks most likely, and a DM. Well, Ollie quite likes McFred. I'll let you think about what that means. But Lewis, you are a Villa fan. What do you think of United getting Sancho?
I've probably got to say it's as much as it's been going on for over a year. It's still a quality signing. Many United fans might not be as excited as they would have been last season, but overall, it's a fantastic signing, and I'm really excited to see what I can do next season. I really am.
Yeah, I think because of how long it's taken him, Mustafa's just casually spamming the chat with "We're gonna win the league." Do you know what? Because it's Sancho and he's arrived, I'll allow it. I'll allow it, Mustafa.
We're gonna win the league. We're gonna win the league.
I'm not allowing you to say, Kenny. Kenny, I'm not allowing you.
Now you're gonna believe us. We're gonna win the league. Come on.
I'm not allowing you to say it, Kenny. Kenny, I'm not allowing you to say it.
It's okay. I mean, to be fair, United fans have every right to be excited because even though it's taken such a long time, you've still got one heck of an amazing player with you. And I think a lot has been made of obviously the price tag, all of that, and the longevity of the deal, how long it took to get over the line. But we mustn't forget how amazing Jadon Sancho's stats and performances are in a top league like the Bundesliga. And being English himself, he's probably not going to have to work too hard on adapting it. But Kenny, talk to me about Sancho, not about that he's coming to United. That bit's done. How much benefit do you think it's going to be to United? What does he offer you as a player to your squad?
Well, first of all, I'm going to say he's a great player himself, but he didn't only influence himself. He didn't only influence that right wing because we needed, because we didn't have a right winger. He also benefits people like Wan-Bissaka at right back, Kieran Trippier if he joins. He benefits them because a good right winger, like for example Mohamed Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold, are great on the right side and they work really well together. And that's one of the reasons why Trent is so good. Salah really helped him, and to bring Sancho in, that would also really help Wan-Bissaka attacking wise, and it would massively influence Wan-Bissaka as well. Now Sancho is also massive because of the way he can create. I know a lot of our times we've not got points is when we just can't create that last goal. We draw 0-0, 1-0. We lose by 1 goal. For example, Sheffield United 2-1 loss, Arsenal 0-0, West Bromwich Albion 1-1. It's these. He brings that extra creativity as well. So Jadon Sancho is absolutely massive, and it's not only because of that as well as what he brings. People talk about it's Bundesliga and that, but there's a lot of good players who come from the Bundesliga. Case in point, a certain Manchester City camp. So yeah, I think he will be a great signing, and he influences them around him, and he also helps teams, helps people that are pushing up the pitch, like the strikers. So, like, we'll play striker, for example, Greenwood, Cavani. If Martial plays the next season, if he does, I know he's not that much of a striker, but if he does, then yeah, he helps him too, and he helps Bruno Fernandes. He helps Rashford on the left. He helps. It's just. We needed this last summer because the amount of points we would have picked up this season with Sancho. Because think about it, with Sancho, we probably would be able to get that goal against West Bromwich Albion, Sheffield United, Arsenal that we needed, and that is why I'm so excited. And also, I'm also very excited because of how long it's took. Yes, that's all I have to say.
Yeah, it's probably a lot of relief for United fans. But Tom, how much pressure does this heap onto Wan-Bissaka now? Because there's always been that he's playing with Greenwood up for ahead of him. Greenwood's not an out-and-out winger. He's not world-class on the wing. He's more of a striker, blah, 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 blah. Now he's got Jadon Sancho. If he doesn't deliver, how much pressure does this heap now onto Wan-Bissaka? Obviously, it's a really positive signing. It's going to be really positive for the club and for the fan base. But this must heap a lot of pressure on Wan-Bissaka now.
I think it will heap pressure on him in terms of the attacking sense. But the one thing that you can always revert back to it is the fullback positions are defenders. That's the one thing that you can always rely on. It's not, they're not an inverted forward. They're not a forward player. They're not supposed to do that. They're supposed to defend first and foremost. That's the main primary of it. Otherwise, there's no point in calling that position a defender. You might as well just say, the centre-backs are the only defenders that are in teams nowadays, which obviously new managers have new systems and stuff that they fit positions in and whatnot. But I think in terms of Wan-Bissaka, I think it gives him that support on the right-hand side and a permanent solution. Yeah. Whereas it's not going to be changing week in, week out. Whereas one week it's Daniel James, next week it's Greenwood, possibly the following week it might be Rashford who might have to play on that side depending on injuries or whatnot. Whereas now he's going to have a ready-made right-sided player who he can build a long-term partnership with in a sense. But I also think that another thing that would, I think more so would give him the kick up the arse is if there was competition in that right-back position. And I know Manchester United are, there's been the talk of Kieran Trippier, Max Aarons, Kieran Tavernier from Rangers has recently popped up. Has been a name that's recently popped up around Manchester United. But I think I wouldn't expect this to be a right back signing, to be honest with you. But I think if there's going to be that pressure now, then Jadon Sancho is definitely gonna bring it, like you've said.
Yeah, and we'll go to some comments here. Oh no, Ollie's in charge. I forgot. Wan-Bissaka finally has an out-and-out right winger ahead of him. Big up to Chris. The one-year Amazon Prime documentary of Jadon Sancho to Man U is now finished. Don't you think it puts even more pressure on Greenwood? No, because Greenwood will naturally now go up front.
By the way, for anybody who's wanting to know what shirt Jadon Sancho will be wearing the number 7 shirt. For anybody who wants
they're taking the number.
No, Cavani's requested that he be taken off of him because he's only going to be there for another 12 months.
Okay. To be fair with Cavani, and I've always thought it. I don't think he really gives a flying toss what number he has on his back. I think he knows who he is. I think he knows that he is Edison Cavani, and he knows he's there for a year, and he knows he's probably there to aid Greenwood's development for the next year, which is why I think this comment is not true. I think Greenwood now has to go up front. He's still learning, of course. He'll still be learning to play out front. But from what we've seen, he's done fairly well. Sancho signed. That took a while. Only a few, only a little while. Adam says, Kenny, remove Sancho is coming. He is here now. Might as well put Sancho is here.
You can put Varane's coming now.
Yeah, you could put Varane is coming or something like that. That's exactly what I'm saying. Greenwood surely has to play out front now, which means no excuses. Well, no, there's plenty of excuses. He's 19 years old. He's played right wing for most of his senior career. He's still going to have to develop and work up front. But the one thing I think he does get is Ollie is not going to heap the pressure on him. He's not going to heap pressure on him. Ollie will continue to allow Greenwood to develop. He has Cavani as another option up front as well. I don't think this puts any pressure on Greenwood. I think Greenwood just needs to continue what Greenwood's doing. I think Ollie is happy with Greenwood's development. Clearly, Greenwood needs to up his game a bit, but that's the same for every player in world football. You can't just stagnate. So, no, I think Greenwood right now just has to continue to what he's doing because I think he will get there. But of course, there's pressure. He's playing for Manchester fucking United. Of course, there's pressure. But he's also played for Manchester United on the wing for about 2 years now. So, yeah, it's one of them. Evening all, never change, Chris. I'm glad Sancho transfer has finally been confirmed. Manchester United can now sign a centre-back and a CDM. 7 will mean that he will flop the cursed Cavani break the number 7 curse. Yeah, he did. Think about who scores 7. Was it 12 goals in all comps last season for Cavani?
19 in 39 appearances.
Yeah, I would say the number 7 curse has been obliterated. You know me, Gareth. How much was he bought for? 73 million, Tom?
And then 9 million in add-ons.
Yeah. We're joined by Strong Ray. How are we doing?
He won from Twitter. I know.
Yeah, you're getting me.
Which club do you support?
I'm a Chelsea fan.
Chelsea. What do you make of Sancho going to United then, as a rival?
I think it's a very decent signing. I think he'll be. I feel as though some rival fans are just being a bit salty and saying he'll flop. I don't reckon he'll flop, but I reckon he'll have less of an output than he had in the Bundesliga because the Bundesliga is a very attacking team and attacking league. Sorry, and I feel as though Sancho will have some difficulties against the low blocks, but I reckon he'll be quite a successful signing.
Yeah. No, I think it's just part of football, isn't it? I mean, if Exeter sign a player, I'm an Argyle fan. If Exeter sign a player, automatically he's a load of shit and he'll flop. Obviously, I think you sort of just that's just football, isn't it? That's just football. I keep getting timed out. I have no idea why. Really confused. Didn't do anything wrong. YouTube is being the most dumbest piece of shit in the world. It is driving me mad. Well, obviously you are always going to have excuses for Greenwood. It's not about having excuses. It's about understanding the position of a player. Now, Greenwood is 19 years old. I don't know many 19-year-olds to play up front for a top 6 club. Chelsea haven't. They play Werner, who's 25. Arsenal play, Lacazette and Aubameyang and God knows who. Liverpool play Firmino. So Manchester United are going to be their main striker. You'd assume it would be Greenwood. Is 19 years old. How many 19-year-olds do you know that play for a top 6 club? You just don't. It just doesn't happen. I'll have a look, but I don't think the mods are timing you out. I'll have a look. No, the mods aren't. Mustafa did for spamming. It's because you put basically don't put capital letters in. Just if you have capital letters on its own, for some reason YouTube will block you for a bit. God knows why. I need to start using commas. I'm not making sense. It's all right. It's all right. Kenny's face makes him look cringier than before, and it looks like he knows what he's talking about when half the time he doesn't, but whatever, lol. Nobody has, as far as I can see. So Manchester United are going to be using a 19-year-old striker. I think the manager is going to take a lot less pressure off Mason Greenwood. I mean, Ollie's not one to put pressure on his team anyway. I mean, look, I think Greenwood will thrive, and more quality makes Greenwood work harder. Same with anything. I did no touching of that button. It's okay, Mats. It's okay. As a Liverpool fan, we need to buy a striker who can score lots of goals. Firmino wasn't as great last season. Everyone was using the excuse of his confidence. I do hear that. We're joined by Herbert. Herbert, how you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad.
So you have finally secured Mr. Jadon Sancho. What's your thoughts, mate?
Yeah, after about like 1 year. So, yeah, look, it's an exciting signing, obviously, and he's an exciting player. He's got some ridiculous GA from the Bundesliga. But again, as I said always, that this is the third priority position for United. First and foremost, we have to get McFred out of that midfield. So CDM is a must. So unless we don't sign a CDM, I don't think Sancho signing is, how should I say, like, it's not going to solve us the CDM issue. We have to get a CDM first. Then a centre back, then the right winger was a priority, obviously, because we don't have a natural winger. In fact, United don't even have a natural creative winger. We have goal scoring winger. So, look, it solves one issue, but again, I want a CDM first. Unless it's that one position, I will be more excited than Sancho in itself.
Yeah, of course. With United, Ollie has such a weird tactic, but it's a tactic that most teams deploy now with the sort of goal scoring wingers and blah blah blah. It's Ollie loves a good fluid. He loves a fluid front line. Jesus, he certainly isn't stick to your position and stay there type of guy. Half the time you'll see Bruno flying up front as well. Sometimes if he gets bored, or going into central midfield. But yeah, it's one of them really. Ishak, how much did United pay? 73 million, 9 million on add-ons, so 82 million pounds, which for about you've knocked 38 million pounds off what Dortmund wanted last year. So
yeah,
you can look at
Pepe.
Yeah, you can look at it in two ways, can't you? You can look at it as if we had got Sancho, would you have won the league? But then you can also think of it that you've managed to save 38 million pounds.
Yeah.
And I suppose with the Glazers, you want to save as much money as possible so that you can get as many signings as possible. I think obviously, that's how they operate.
This 82 million, whatever it is, it's obviously considerably less than 120, which they wanted with add-ons last year. And I think it's a fair price. I don't think he's a 100 million player. Obviously, this price is suitable. But again, this is not going to win us the league at all. If anyone's, obviously, United fans, they're going to crash the app today because of this signing. But it's an excitable position, right? Wingers, anything on the front three, people get excited. But I want the least excitable position, which is the most which United don't have. So if we can get someone like a Bissouma, or I don't know who is available right now in the CDM position, so I'll be more excited. I heard some rumors about Goretzka if Pogba leaves, but he's not a CDM as well. So we need that holding position player.
So obviously this is gonna be a very weird amount. There's gonna be so many different figures. Samuel Lockhurst has said 72.9 million fee for Jadon Sancho, no add-ons. Well, there is add-ons, right? There is add-ons. It's part of the reason why there were so many issues. So Simon Lockhurst has now been demoted to a tier 900 journalist now because chatting shit like that. I mean, it's why it took this. It's why it took this extra week, right? It took this extra week because United were working out the payment structure, the add-ons, blah 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 blah. So Simon Lockhurst is now a forward, and he will be relegated to a tier 2 journalist. Kenny, remember that? Simon Lockhurst tier 2 now.
Yeah, he's a tier 2 in upper tiers as well. I checked all the upper tiers. I'll send those.
Oh, is he actually?
Yeah, I'll send you the They made like this Google Form thing, so I'll send that to you with all
Yeah,
the names.
yeah. If you could, that would be amazing. Look, because this has happened. I'm not bothering to do a transfer stream tonight because I want to play some football fucking manager. So I want to play some football manager, but people keep getting in my way. So there won't be that tonight. I wasn't expecting to be this busy, but we will drag this out. Of course, if you do want to come on, this is going to be a last stream of the night because man just wants to play some football manager, but people keep getting in my way. For example, Fabrizio Romano. Wait, you wrapping up? No, not yet. Not yet. 25 minutes. Come on, Max. When do I do 25-minute streams? I'm
So
not. I'm
Lucas is
just
saying it's 73 million.
Simon Lockhurst. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the fee.
he's saying 73 million without
Yeah,
add-ons.
he is right. There is 73 million, but there's 9 million of add-ons.
Okay, but he's saying there are no add-ons.
Yeah. Simon Lockhurst is not tier 1.
But that
I
can't be
just
true because
we just had a journalist on as well that confirmed. That's where I'm getting my info from. He's confirmed that it's 73 million with 9 million
yeah,
add-ons.
yeah.
So Simon Lockhurst is a forward.
Oh,
Yeah.
Will you
Yeah.
be doing the stories that I sent you today tomorrow? And then if there's
Yeah.
another big story tomorrow, I'll send you that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I would have done a transfer talk tonight, but man just wants to play football manager. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Football manager is class. It is. Let now players games and beat every manager in tactics. Absolutely. Is the new new United? Is the new United confirming the new sponsor Team Viewer? Team Viewer is used by an Indian scammers. I've seen vids of scamming using it. Look, I really don't think it matters too much. Like a sponsor is a sponsor.
There's
You
no
could.
need, by the way. There's no need to say it's Indian. Just scammers.
Well,
I am from India, so I have never heard not even single person use TeamViewer in our country. I have never even seen anyone have that app in our phones. So most of them is like Zoom or Skype and all that. But I mean those rumors are fake.
Yeah, look, it's one of them that look. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I've got TeamViewer. I don't use it, but I have it on my Windows computer. Like it is what it is. Now you deserve a big rest up. Chelsea and Liverpool fans are crying. Well, of course they are. You've just gone and got a very big signing. Mustafa, I doubt it. No, they will be, Max. There will be. It's as simple as that, Max. But if you do want to come in, come on. The link is in the chat. But let's talk Rashford. What does this mean for Rashford? Can he finally go get some surgery?
Yeah, well, yeah, I want to just talk first if Herbert isn't. But yeah, I think that will allow him to get some surgery.
Yeah.
Because I think that also Greenwood can also. I think their front three starting off the season will be either Martial, Cavani, and Sancho, or Greenwood, Cavani, and Sancho. So I think Sancho might move to the left and Greenwood will move
I was
to the
just
right.
about to say you put in Sancho on the left, Greenwood on the right, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's the start of the season. And also, once he's finished surgery, Rashford and Sancho should have a great partnership. They're, of course, such great friends, and also they'd massively help each other. The left wing and right partnership is very, very good. And I look forward to it. I'm also looking forward to the numbers Rashford actually puts up after his surgery is done, because after his surgery, the numbers he did last year with an injury. How many will we do this year in the second half?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Rashford will do amazing with Sancho. Oh my god, what a night! I've had such a boring day. I feel. Isolating, but what a night! I'm just that. But yeah, Rashford is going to do amazing. You heard it here first. Second half of the season, the second half of the season, not overall. He'll be top scorer. Only second half of the season, because not overall, of course. The second half of the season, I reckon Rashford will be top scorer.
Yeah, no, look, of course, there's that. But Herbert, Rashford, do you think this now means that Rashford can go get some surgery? I mean, he desperately needs to.
Yeah, exactly. I think first of all, we have to minimize his game time. You can't be playing 60, 70 games a season. That's especially at such a young age. It's gonna catch you up, and you're just become Rooney. You know, you're gonna peak early, and then you're gonna retire by 30. So we don't want that situation. And one more thing with Rashford is that I don't want him to become this GA player. Every time you kind of say that Rashford hasn't had a good game, someone's gonna bring the GA. I don't want that. I want him to play 90 minutes football. I don't want him to play 80, 85 minutes crap and then just put a penalty in, because that thing doesn't work. It's going to catch you up, and there is evidence that it happened in the Europa League final. So even if you have 5 or 10 GA less than the last season, but you are playing 90 minutes game, a 90-minute game, which means really that you are, whenever you get the ball, whatever you're doing with it, be it effective. Don't just try to dribble it and running into blind corners. So we don't want that. But obviously, as you said, first he needs to get his ankle done, and I'm so happy that Southgate is not playing him. So
no, I do hear that.
Also.
Let's go to some comments. Chelsea and Liverpool. I've done that on Max Cry. I'm half Indian, half Bangladeshi. Sorry for being stereotypical. I just seen it. It's fair. It's fair. I'm a whole fan. Mustafa. Personally, I couldn't care less about Sancho. I want Haaland. Imagine that, former VB Dortmund versus former Dortmund. Adam, you do realise that Sancho gone, they won't sell Haaland. That is a good point. We've spoken about that on a lot on this channel. I don't need to cry. I'm not a Liverpool fan. Sancho, here we go. The tweet is going to have more likes than Man U winning the league.
It already has.
Yes, Dylan. Man City are pocketing 15% of Sancho's fee. They are laughing all the way to the bank. We ain't going to 15%. What? That's like 5. That's about 5 million. What can you even buy with 5 million?
They have about 500 billion more anyway.
I was just about to say, what are they going to do with 5 million? Chuck it onto what they're going to pay Grealish. Even Liverpool fans aren't crying. It's not that big a deal. He is good for United, but not like he's going to change the whole league. Well, we don't know that yet. We don't know that. I mean,
I don't think any of our rivals are crying that too much. I don't think Liverpool needed Sancho that badly. Same for Chelsea, because they need a striker. It's only
Arsenal
us. We don't even have.
Arsenal probably are.
Yeah, they don't have the money, and they are, pretty much at the moment they're not even better than Aston Villa, so they're not in the conversation. So except for United, I don't see anyone, so badly after Sancho. And even if there was, I would have been pretty sure that we wouldn't have got him, because anytime United have competition, we tend to, come second.
But you never know. It might be a turning point. You've got this fairly quickly. I don't want to say too well, but you've got it done fairly quickly before July. You could maybe see that as a positive. I mean, the window's been open 3 weeks.
No, I don't see that as a positive. They're going to make this throughout the window, and sign a backup right back. That's it.
It's okay. I'm not going to big up the Glazers for you. We would never do that here. Rashford definitely needs his op. Otherwise, he's going to be gone sooner or later. End up Super League with Richards and Keane. Yo, no, mate, give me that intro we talked about earlier. On would be great. Yep, I'll do that after this. I completely forgot. Adam, that's bad for Dortmund, though, not me. If City sign Grealish and Kane, Sancho signing won't mean anything. Well, it will definitely mean a lot. But United need more than one signing. I think everyone knows that.
And also, they won't sign Kane. They're prepared to walk away from Kane.
Adam, whilst everyone's doing business, Chelsea still think they can get Haaland, Man City oil money. And basically Mustafa and Adam are now going to have a fight. But look, it's such a weird feeling, I suppose, for the United fans. But the having someone like Sancho, what pressure does this now put on Ollie? Because if Ollie doesn't win something next season, he's going to have people coming for him big time.
Well,
Yeah, exactly. I don't see him lasting by December. I think he could be gone even by December because there are cup games, and if he gets knocked out of the cup games, and there's added pressure, so that's just he has spent around 350 million already. So you can't have zero trophies.
Yeah.
I think what could actually be Ollie's downfall is the fact that he's getting backed if he doesn't. So you know that run of games we have from like November to December, we have like all the big six clubs and Arsenal. You know that. Well, I think that might. I don't think he'll get sacked. I think he'll actually. I don't think he'll lose many of those games. I think the pressure will start to add up, and the pressure will definitely. He has to win a trophy this season. Whether it's the Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup, he has to win. Even the Carabao Cup, he has to win one this season. I don't care what it is, he has to win one because the difference this is he's being forced, but the Glazers are being forced to actually back him in the window this time round. So if you were to get that both centre back Sancho, and I think personally that we will end up getting DM. I don't know who it will be, but I think we will. So with that, it will 3 signings. If we don't do something great next season, if we're not at least at the end of this, if we're not at least in the title race in the Premier League, I don't care if we're first, but if we're in the title race, I'd like to be first actually. But if we're in the title race, and that is at least what he needs. It's the minimum expectation from you. If he is to get get this Sancho run and what's his name, random DM Zakaria or Phillips. One of them. If he gets those 3 signings, or even a centre back in Sancho, that I'll still expect a title race. Because the fact is that we have a good enough squad with those 2 players, with those 3 players, I mean, to get into a title race to win a trophy. So if that is if he's not good enough, we'll find out next season. We will find out next season. I think he'll stay. I think he'll do well, but we will find out next season for definite. I reckon this is his make or break season, definitely.
Yeah, look, it's obviously one of them, but we are going to wrap it up there. There's only so much Sancho news, and look, it's just finally good to actually be able to use breaking news for a bit because I haven't actually done that. We've been prepared for this for quite some time, but we are going to wrap it up there. It's official. Jadon Sancho is now officially a Manchester United player. Must mean he starts the next match for England then. Southgate, you play for United, please. Go on to right wing. Thank you. Como está, whatever. But yeah, Sancho to United is a done deal. That is official. He will be wearing the Manchester United shirt next year. Before you go, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel with the notifications on. Check out our socials. Twitter, Let's Talk EPL, Instagram, Let's Talk EPL underscore, and on TikTok at Let's Talk Premier League. Kenny, where can they find you?
You can find me now at Sancho is here at Let's Talk EPL and Kenny's on YouTube. And also, you can find the guy that was on it earlier, the new person, the Chelsea fan, Strong Grey, at CFC underscore Strong Grey on Twitter. So yeah, that's all I have to say now.
Perfect. And Herbert, where can they find you, bro?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Herbert1521.
Perfect. But yeah, Herbert, if you wouldn't mind putting your Twitter in the private chat, I'll give you a follow, mate. Obviously, with the new season, I am looking for more United fans, and judging by your profile picture, it seems like you're a United fan. But yeah, I'll give you a follow. But yeah, Jadon Sancho to United is done. but yeah, if you're watching it on the no, do you wanna not tonight, mate? I'm literally gonna go play some Football Manager now. I'm actually gonna go and play a bit of Football Manager and chill for a bit. If I've already done loads of streams. But yeah, but until next time, thanks for watching, guys. And yeah, Sancho, he's done. He's at Old Trafford. Bye bye, guys.